Okay, I forgot to hit record. So, welcome everybody. um, so, let's all close our eyes. Sit up nice and tall. And I want to spotlight myself too. And before we get started, I want to, okay, everybody's muted. Perfect. Okay, so the practice today is a practice of coming back into our deeper soul code, that deeper pattern that we came into the world with. It's that natural vitality that is unique to each one of us, that is also here to imprint the world in a positive and healthy and life-affirming way. So I want everybody to just let themselves feel what they're feeling. I, myself personally today, am feeling a lot of grief. A lot of grief. And I want you to just create a safe space, and we're creating it together, a safe space to just feel what you feel with no agenda or distraction or trying to fix or change it or make anything happen. And then we'll let this practice be a practice of stabilizing, grounding, tending to the life that wants to move through the body, letting it move, letting it breathe, letting it flow and pulse. And we offer this practice today out into the world as a blessing for all beings everywhere. We bless every being on this planet. And then we'll chant Om 3 times. Okay, release your hands. Open your eyes. Okay, and then we're going to come to child's pose. I'm going to move the camera back. Come to child's pose. I'll meet you there in a moment. My coffee. Okay, and I am using this oil today. It's called Steady, and it's one of the children's blends from doTERRA, and it is a very stabilizing, grounding blend, and I'm using it to help myself stay in my own body, in my own light, in my own grief. Okay, so breathing into your back. Let this pose be a pranam, a bow, a kind of surrendering to life, to the earth, to the planet, to all of the prana and the vitality that is being shaken up right now, to all of the structures that are dismantling and reorganizing. And with every exhale, just release any resistance in your being to what is happening. And I'm tuning myself into that deeper sense of intelligence and wisdom that moves through the entire universe, that is always in support of life and beauty and love and connection. And I'm connecting to the mystery, that part of us that really can't know what's actually going on ever. And so I just open myself up to that bigger energy, that bigger picture, that we are in an evolutionary process. And then on your inhale, come up to your hands and knees. Exhale, curl your toes, lift your hips, down dog. Slow down your breath. So we're gonna hold poses for a little bit longer than usual today. And anytime you need to come out of the pose, that's fine. But I just want to give us a chance to really stabilize ourselves and tune into that quiet, true voice that is at the core of our being. Walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees. Shake out your neck and your shoulders. Release the crown of the head towards the floor. Breathe into your back body. Press down, rise all the way up. And then exhale, lower your hands down. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, walk to plank pose. Lower the knees, lower down to your belly. Inhale to a little cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Big toes together, knees apart. Inhale up to your hands and knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Inhale to your hands and knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Move slow. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra. Exhale to child's pose. Come back to your hands and knees, and now curl your toes, lift your hips, go back to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, bend the knee, open your hip. Breathe here. You can circle your ankle and then go the other way. And then release that, and other side. Take your time. Bend the knee open and circle. And then go the other way. And then release that, Walk your feet forward to your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, inhale to chair. Lift your arms up and over your head. Make a V with your arms. Lean back into your heels more. Anchor down into the earth and draw strength up into your belly, and then widen your heart, your arms. You can press the feet away from each other against the mat to access the outer legs more. And then press down and stand up. I'm going to turn and face you. Bring your left hand onto your heart. Take your right hand on top of that and just close your eyes for a moment. Take a few deeper breaths. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel a sense of descending down into the earth. And as you turn in and tune in, connect to that part of you that has always been there, that ever abiding deep innocence and love and longing to connect and to be a part of the mending of the world. And then take this prayer from your own heart and then bring your palms together and then inhale, reach it up to the sky. And then exhale, draw it down back into your heart. And then we're going to do like a prayer wheel with our body. So you're going to turn the fingers forward and then down towards the earth and then draw them back up. And then from your heart, you take this beautiful prayer and you offer it into the river. And then round your spine and roll up and draw the prayer back up to your hands and then reach it up to the sky. We'll do 2 more of these. Draw it back down into your heart. Turn the fingers forward and you offer it. Your body is the blessing. And then you draw it up. Last one. Offer it up to the sky. And then draw it back down into your heart. Turn the fingers forward and you offer the prayer. And then draw it up into your own heart, palms together. Open your legs wide. Bring your hands onto your hips. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Fingertips to the floor. Bend your knees a little bit and lift your toes. Squeeze your shin bones towards each other and then lift your sit bones and take your groins back. Now draw your lower belly in. You can straighten your legs more by lifting your thighs up and then release the spine towards the ground. And we'll breathe here together. Feel free to close your eyes and really tune in to what you feel. Inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands on hips. Bring your shoulders up onto your back and then inhale, stand up. Exhale, turn the left toes out. Inhale, arms out to the sides. Exhale, bend your left leg. Bring your forearm to your thigh. Stretch the right arm over the ear. Anchor down into your feet. You can close your eyes if you'd like, or just soften them a lot. And if you want, you can hold the back of your head if that feels supportive. Press down into your heels more and draw the strength of the earth up into your own pelvis and expand your breath. And then press down and come up, and we'll change sides. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend. Reach the arm over the ear, and you can hold your head if you would like, if that feels supportive for you. You close your eyes, and then the pose becomes the object of your meditation. And so you consciously choose how you'd like to inhabit this. So you feel what you feel, and then you lovingly place your full awareness inside of your body. And then press down and come up. Turn the toes forward again. Hands on hips, take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, come down. And this time, if you'd like, you can hold your heels or your ankles. And breathe. With every inhale, anchor into the earth more. With every exhale, draw up towards the sky. On your next inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, walk over to your right. Stretch the left side of your body. Walk over to the left. Stretch the right side. Come back to center. Maybe open your legs a little bit wider, and you can turn the toes out, and then bend one knee and then bend the other knee. And I want you to move really slow and just stay connected to your strength, which are like the banks of the river. And so grief is a water energy, and it needs stability for it to flow. So if you think of a river, it's the banks of the river that let the water flow, right? Otherwise it would become an ocean or a pond or a lake, right? And so the muscles in your body are like the banks of the river, and you let the breath flow better when you lovingly and consciously embrace the bones with the muscles. You embrace your center with your muscles. And so you stay connected. Your muscles, the muscles in the body are part of the connective body, right? They keep things held together. And so when we engage our muscles, we're doing it, it's coming from a very, very loving place to hold ourselves together, to create stability so that our emotions can flow. So we expand our capacity to feel. So we stay grounded in our soul wisdom. And then come back to center. Now, bring your legs a little closer together, toes forward, bend your knees, press down into the earth, bring your hands to your hips, lean into your heels more, spread your toes. Keep anchoring into your heels, lift your sit bones and draw your belly and lift your chest a little bit. So it's like a back bend here. Move the groins back more. And then press down and stand all the way up. Step to the front of your mat. Okay, stand tall. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Bring your finger, grab your big toes with the first two fingers of your hands. Bend your knees. Lift your toes and hug your shins towards each other. Move the inner thighs back. So that's a water energy. And then draw your belly in, which is like a fire energy. And then fold forward over your legs. So you can stay here or you can straighten the legs by moving the thighs up more. And breathe. Okay, inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, hands down, plank pose. Make it a shorter plank. Press down into the balls of the feet and the fingertips more. So rock onto your tippy toes and press down and round your back. Breathe into your back body. And then go back to downward facing dog. Step the right foot forward between the hands. Rock onto the heel, so the right toes are going to point straight up. Press the right heel down. Pull it back against the resistance of the mat. As you do that, you engage all the muscles underneath the leg. Now move your groins back and your thighs back more. Then draw your belly in and then walk the arms as far forward as you can. Keep breathing. If you need to come onto blocks, come onto blocks. Bend the front knee, step back to down dog. Left foot forward. Rock onto the heel. So it's like a longer stance. Press down into the left heel. Pull it back against the resistance of the mat. Draw the belly in and then walk the arms forward. And breathe here. And then bend that knee and step back to down dog. Come down onto your hands and knees. Take your right leg straight back and then take your left arm straight forward. Breathe here. Press down into the left knee and the right hand, lift your belly and your ribs up. Good, switch sides. Take your time. Good, release that. Now take your right knee forward for pigeon pose. Come onto your fingertips. Press down into the right shin and the left knee. Settle first. Now, as you stay settled, also engage the muscles in your legs by drawing the legs towards each other and then take your groins back more. Now draw your lower belly in and then fold forward and we'll stay here for a little bit. Let there be tenderness in your being. find a loving presence, a loving presence in your body. Okay, come up. Take your time, switch sides. Settle in. Firm your legs. Move the groins back and then draw your belly in and then come down. And I want you to really feel yourself in this space where you are, in this moment, on the earth, connecting to the part of you that knows that this moment matters. Okay, and then come up to your hands. Go back to down dog. Stay here for a few breaths. Step the right foot forward. Drop your left knee down. Come into lizard pose. Come down onto your forearms and elbows or blocks and breathe. So you have this opportunity to really tune in and to bring your full presence into your body in each moment. So you fully inhabit the shape with your awareness. And you watch the emotions moving through you. Okay, take your time, come up, and let's switch sides. So lizard pose, excuse me, for me is a beautiful opportunity to really coil my belly in and round my spine. And so you don't need to try to like take your sternum towards the floor. Actually, I want you to lift it up. And so the spine gets to round a lot here. And then you go into the pose and try not to fidget. Okay, and then come up and let's come to Virasana. So I'm going to sit on a block actually for this one. So knees together, feet apart. You can sit on a block or on the floor. And you can also take your fingers into the creases of your knees and just push your calf muscles flat down. So don't turn them out at all, just flatten them out, and you'll see that'll create a little bit more space behind your knees. You can even manually turn your thighs in. And then rest your hands on your thighs, and then bring your palms together and interlock your fingers, and then take your hands forward and lift your hands to the sky. Slow down your breath. You can close your eyes. Okay, come down. Let's do the opposite hand now. So opposite index finger in front, hands forward, lift up. Good. And then come down. Left arm to the sky. Reach behind you, clasp your hands. Or you can grab a strap, or you can grab a towel, whatever you have. Close your eyes again. Let the breath fully inhabit the shape of the pose. Okay, release and change sides. Good, and then release that. Now take your arms out. Take your left arm underneath your right, wrap the hands around. Lift your elbows and draw the hands away from the face. And puff up through your back more so you can widen the scapula. Those are your shoulder blades. Widen them away from each other. Relax your jaw and your eyes. And then let's switch sides, arms out. Now the right arm goes underneath the left. Lift the elbows, draw the hands away, and widen the upper back. Beautiful, release that. Take your left hand to the ground, right arm over the ear. Look down towards the floor so you get to kind of round through the back body more. Lift your belly up away from the thighs. The thighs stay heavy and settled. That is a way to stabilize the nervous system when you let the thigh bones get heavy, but then you lift the upper body away. And then come up and we'll change sides. Good, and then come up. Now come onto your hands and knees. Turn your fingers back. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. Keep going, moving with your breath. Feel free to close your eyes here. And just feel what you feel. Okay, so now I want you to come back to neutral spine. Slowly peel the hands up. And then release and just gently, gently shake out or move your wrists around. Okay, and then sit down and open your legs wide. Press your heels down and your thighs down. Let the pelvis settle. So feel a sense of descent, deep descending, the descending current through your pelvis. So you kind of let that settle. And those of you who are more tight in your lower back, you can sit up on a block or a cushion. Squeeze the shins in towards each other. Move the tailbone and the sit bones and the groins back. And then gently draw your ribs back. So you anchor the ribs to help stabilize your center. You stabilize around your own center. And then walk your hands forward and come down. If you want, you can come onto 2 blocks. You can bring your palms together if you'd like. Close your eyes. Find a comfortable place to be for a little bit of time. So use whatever props you need, so you don't need to fidget. You can make little adjustments if you need to, but pay attention to if there are just ways of distracting yourself, or if you're actually doing it from a place of deep awareness. Slow down your breath. And slowly come up. Grab your knees. Bring the legs in. Extend your left leg forward, right leg back. Turn the thigh in and do the other leg too. So both sit bones are wide. Take your groins back. Firm your legs. So it's, again, that loving embrace. So you create the banks of the river, the loving embrace so that the river can flow. Fold forward. So sometimes I'll grab my foot. Sometimes I'll just keep my hands on the floor. Whatever feels good for you. You orient the torso over this leg. And so you draw the left belly back and wrap the right side of the ribs around more. And then the neck just follows the spine. So you don't need to force any kind of twist through the neck at all. Just let it connect to the rest of the spine. Feel free to close your eyes here and breathe. Okay, and then come up slowly. Let's change sides. So these seated poses can be very soothing for the nervous system as long as we approach them from that place of staying calm, right? So you don't need to force anything or push anything. You just create the structure and then let the breath expand and open inside of that. And so there's an outer stability and an inner brightness and inner spaciousness. And feel free to close your eyes and just really tune in. Okay, and then please come up to sit. And then bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. And actually, I'm going to get my blanket for this one. So I sit on a blanket for this pose. Baddha Konasana. You bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. So when I sit up on my blanket, I can get my groins back and these release rather than staying gripping. So if you're also kind of gripping there and your knees are higher than your hips, it's a good idea to sit up. That you'll see that will make the pose a lot more accessible. And then you can fold forward. Take your time, so you're in no hurry. And so we let the pose open slowly from the inside. And it's really about this like loving, beautiful relationship with our bodies, learning from them, collaborating with them. And gently press your feet together and pull the heels towards the hips. And anchor the pelvis more, expand breath through the back body more. Okay, slowly come up to sit. Now take a block if you have a block, and we're going to put the feet around the block. And if you don't have a block, you can use a pillow or just keep your feet together and do the same pose. So press into the block and then fold forward again. Okay, and then come up to sit. And now turn the block wider. And for me, it's kind of feeling weird on my ankles, so I'm turning my heels in and my toes out. So that's kind of what feels better right now for me. So you can do that too if you want. And then fold forward. Okay, good. And then come up. Now draw the knees in, extend the legs straight. Bend your knees again for a moment. Grab your feet with your hands. Press your heels down into the floor and pull them back against the resistance of the mat. And then draw your belly back and then round your spine. So you create like a tortoise shell with your spine. So the middle of the back moves back more. So you coil your navel back. The knees can come towards the armpits as you push the feet forward and draw the heels back. Breathe into your lower back. Good. And then please come up to sit. Now take your right leg back, left leg in. Feel free to come into lotus if that feels good for you. And then everybody twist towards this left leg. If you're in lotus and you want to do the bind, go for it. And then inhale, unwind, exhale, change sides. So you can twist and breathe. And then come back to center. Please lay down on your back. Please draw your knees into your chest. And just circle your knees around in one direction. And then go the other way. And then come back to center. And now bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. If you want, you can put cushions under your knees or blocks. Rest your hands on your body. And please connect in to that deeper part of you that knows how to trust life. Take your time, and when you're ready, you can come to Shavasana, extending your legs all the way out on the floor. And please know that this pose is, I think, one of the most important postures that we have, especially at this time. I've been doing Shavasana just like in the middle of the afternoon. I'll just take like a 10-minute Shavasana lately. And so if there's one pose that you're going to do, I invite you to do this one on a regular basis. You just lay your body down on the floor, on the earth, on the ground, and you release every resistance that you have to life as it is. And as soon as you do that, you will be confronted with your deeper self, your wiser self, your feeling, knowing self. And at first, it will feel deeply uncomfortable because this part of you is so incredibly big and powerful and beautiful. It is unfathomable, unimaginable. And so you just let yourself rest. You can take a few deeper breaths. And feel the breath illuminating your inner body with vitality and with love. And let the breath bless every cell of your being, every tissue of your body, every molecule. And then take your time and bend your knees and roll to your right side. And then please use your hands and come up to a comfortable seat. And then bring your palms together in front of your heart. And just take a deep breath in, down into the earth, and exhale up to the sky. And you tune into that line of light that is at the very core of your being. And again, we offer this practice out to the health and happiness and freedom of all beings everywhere. And I thank you all so much. Namaste. Thank you.